Hello everyone, it's been such a long time since I have last filmed a video and uploaded and talked to you guys. So instead of doing a planning video, which I'm going to talk a little bit about later, how I feel about planning videos, instead I'm just going to walk you guys through my setup. It is very different from previous years. This is my 8th year bullet journaling now. And this is the first year that I've done something so drastically different. This is out of the 8 years of my bullet journaling, this is the 3rd year using this Midori MD notebook. The first time I used the same notebook I'm using now. It's this grid paper, and the grid itself is this baby blue color, and it's really, really pretty. Then the 2nd year, it was a dot journal, a dot grid, and I got that in Japan. I couldn't find it anywhere online, unfortunately, and I wasn't able to go to Japan last summer, so I didn't get the dot grid journal, so I just ordered this one off of Amazon. Still love it. So this is the cover. Cute, pinky sort of theme this year, lots of stickers, whatever. Okay, my name. I always do a yearly overview. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you have a better look. I'm hoping the audio is not bad because I'm just using my camera mic and I'm not using my nice quality microphone. Okay, yearly overview. This takes a little bit, but I like having this, so I do use this. I do make this every year. My goals, you can pause and take a look at them, but I won't talk too much about them. This one goal here, already not doing so hot. Other ones I'm doing actually pretty good on. Okay, now here's where, I mean, it's still the same, but I will say this feature a lot. It's cute. But with my new setup that comes later on, that I did later on, this kind of, there's no need for it. This future log is very much still like the bullet journaling method, more or less, where in the bullet journaling method, you plan months as you go, and the space where you write down all the things that you will have, like events, appointments, whatever it is that are going to happen in the future, goes here in the future log. So you might want to record things that are happening in June, but it's only March. So where do you write the information if you don't have a planner space for June? You'd write it in the future log. Now, I will, in a second, you'll see why there's no need for this future log, but for now I'm going to continue flipping. When I had this in my last year journal, and it was really, really useful. Cleaning schedule, I actually included this last year as well, kind of last minute, and it was really like a nice reference sheet. It's not like I'm referring to it every day, but it's just a nice reference sheet just to have somewhere. Reading log, one of my goals for 2023, it was the same last year, is to read more. Not doing so hot. And then my course schedule for 2023, I only have 2 classes, thank God, on top of my full-time teaching job. This is so much less work than last semester. Last semester I was taking 6 classes on top of my full-time job, and that was really tiring. I had moments where I had intense stomach pains, and I went through this long process of, okay, is it because I'm hungry? Because it'd be like, I don't know, like 7 p.m. during my class, because my day would start at like 8 a.m., and I'd be teaching until like 3 p.m., lesson planning, whatever, after school, and then I would have my classes back to back from 4:30 to 9:30 nonstop. So around like always later on in the evening, I would get these intense stomach pains, and I would be thinking, okay, mate, is it because I'm hungry? Is it because I'm thirsty? Is it whatever? And really, at the end of the day, I figured out that it was because of stress. So I'm doing much better now, but yeah. Anyway, so this is where it gets really different. On the sides, you might have noticed, there are tabs for each month. Now this is where it's different because this is something that I've always wanted to do. Now I always plan ahead so that I have this space to plan. And so I would always jump way ahead just so I have these monthly calendar spreads. So this year I decided I'm just going to draw out all of the monthly calendars beforehand, and that way I can use this space just to plan. So that's why I'm saying the future log is kind of, I really don't need it for this, but I included this later on. This has been much more helpful. I really enjoy this. This is November, so I evidently don't have much in here, but this is just so helpful. Really, it just works so much better for me. All right. I'm gonna skip over this. I'm not even using this. It's, yeah, won't talk about it. Okay. Now, I want to talk a little bit about my weekly spreads because these are things that are also like really important to me, because, you know, this is what I'm interacting with the most on a day-to-day basis. I love the look of the spread, and so I really tried hard to make it work. Unfortunately, it just doesn't really. So I tried to make that work a little bit, and then here's where my classes started. So I made it so 1 week was split in half, and then I smushed it all on one page. And then my classes, the assignments due for my classes, were in the same sort of style, but just in 2 columns. As you can see, there's a lot of extra space that isn't being utilized. I tried it for another week, really didn't work. So then I tried this method, which I used to use a lot more, maybe like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and even later. And this, again, there's a lot of wasted space, and so this is just not the right sort of weekly setup for me. So I went back to what I did previously with these kind of spreads, and I just flopped it. So I flipped it so instead of the weeklies here on the right side, I made it so it was on the left side. It's not great. I really wanted to make it work, but it just didn't. And so then I decided, okay, what if I take the vertical planning here, and then I have this little horizontal space? Fine, but I don't have a space to do like little, which I didn't have here either, or here, which I actually could have had space here, but I'm talking about is, okay, these habits, which I actually didn't do for a while, maybe like a year or 2 years ago, and then now recently I've started doing it again, and it's really helpful. So then I went back to my tried and true. This is what worked well for me last year a lot during my busy semester, and I didn't really show you guys that, but this was this method that worked really well for me. So on the left hand side, I just have a horizontal planning here, and it's split up into 7 sections. On this side, it's just a free page to do whatever. So I have a little calendar, my habits here. I have all the coursework that's going to be due for that week here, because I have only one class once a week. So it makes sense to more have a weekly style versus the dailies. And I obviously don't have much daily stuff. It's mainly weekly stuff that I need to complete in a week. And then my running to-do lists. I don't love like the setup of this part, but this works really, really well for me. Just this general idea worked really well for me. So then I actually started watching this new YouTube channel. Her name is Megan. I think her last name is pronounced Rhiannon? I'm not sure. I'll put her name up on the screen. And she sets it up in this sort of way. I'm looking at this side. She sets it up really simply, just doing horizontal lines. So it's very much inspired by her setup. I'm gonna actually flip to a later one that I really have this sort of down. Here I didn't do this for other spreads yet because this is my current week, but I drew just with pencil a horizontal line. Not horizontal, there's a vertical line going down. So the smaller space here is for events meetings, classes, things like that, like big events that are happening. And then here is all the space for my daily tasks, which this week I really haven't had much need for. Up here is, I'm just going to flip to one that looks better. Here I have Monday through Sunday, and then these are all the habits that I want to keep track of. I have a lot more space to write, but this is one where it is really all I need to know what that is. And then if I meet that goal for that day, then I just do a check mark. This section here is all of the coursework. So I have the course number and then the date of that course. That the date of that course corresponds to when these are going to be due. This one class always have something due that Friday, and my class is on Tuesday, but I have always an extra assignment due on the Friday, and so I just have that date written in that task itself. Then again, same here. Then down here, I have a section for a running to-do list. And I can just keep adding more and more to this list. When I'm done, I can draw a horizontal line to kind of just mark the end of that section to make it look really fluid. Here, this is something that Megan does where she writes watching and reading, which I am trying it for this week and next week, and I'm going to try it for 2 weeks. I haven't written anything here, just to see if that's helpful for me and that's something I want to continue. Otherwise, I'm going to try to think of some other thing that I can do down here. But this is the setup. I can give you a closer look of what's happening here because I know it's really light. This is just written in like a light gray pen. It's the Stabilo pen. I believe it's this shade. It's the Stabilo .88 fine liners, and this one is number 94. So that is my setup. I'm going to zoom you guys out a little bit now. So this weekly setup is really actually very much inspired by other planners, pre-existing planners. And year after year, I actually do consider switching. I consider switching to a actual planner book and not bullet journaling anymore, because I think especially now I'm figuring out a method that works really, really well for me, that's been consistent for the past year or so, and that I think it will continue staying consistent. And I'm really heavily considering, I'm not considering, I've already sort of decided that for the next year, I'm not going to be bullet journaling anymore. So this is going to be my last year bullet journaling. That being said, it's a little bit bittersweet to kind of say goodbye to this bullet journaling world that I've been in for the past 8 years. But really, it's something that I've thought about the past 3-4 years even. Definitely 3 years, maybe 4 years. I kind of go in between thinking, okay, is this something that I want to do again for the next year? And after thinking about it for years now, it's just not something that I think I necessarily need anymore. So I've looked into other journaling systems. Here's my commonplace book, and I did a lot of research on the Traveler's Notebook and the Hobonichi Notebook, and I've actually figured out a really good system, and I'm really excited to share that with you guys for the next year. Granted, that's going to be months from now, but not too long from now, because I will definitely order things sooner rather than later and just get started on it and share aspects of it with you guys as I go. I would like to do more casual, just sitting with you guys and talking about things. I'm going to try to make the video aspect of it a little bit more interesting rather than you just staring at my bullet journal. But while I continue chatting, I have some things that came in and I'm really excited about them, so I'm going to open those. I started commonplacing, which I've never done before. So this is my commonplace book. I just have a couple pages. I can talk a little bit more about my commonplacing in a different video if that's helpful for you. But I have some things for my commonplacing notebook. And I don't have everything, but I have most things. So I'm going to share with you guys what I have. I'm still waiting on one more thing, but that's like an archival box where I can put in things, these note cards. I'll just show you guys. This is the box. I did a lot of searching, found this online, and I got different supplies for this. Searched different sites that are based in the States that were the cheapest options. Some of them were based in the UK, and it had crazy shipping, like $30 shipping, and then the actual product was like $10, so it didn't seem worth it. Okay. Ooh. Here is, I suppose, the items. There's that one little. Oh my goodness, these are beautiful cards. So these are the cards that Megan loves and raves about. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these are like really nice, sturdy index cards. They've got rounded corners. I got this particular pack. They come in a total of 120. This one, I just got the completely blank ones. They have different designs. They have like lined, they have, I think maybe they have a gridded one, I don't know. And then these are tabbed organizers, and they fit in this archival box that is still coming in the mail from a different shop that I ordered it from. Cute. I'll open these up too, just to show you guys too. Also got like rounded corners, so pretty. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching and catching up with me. It's been a really long one this time, but it's certainly been a really long time. So I'm really happy that you guys can come back here with me and see how I'm doing and what I'm doing in my bullet journal and my little planning world. And just get excited with me about these small things like this. Yep. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to send me a message, leave a comment down below. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I would love to do like a chatty video. If you guys have any questions, I can answer them in a video too, not just like in a message or in a comment. And then do like a chatty journal with me while I answer your questions. That would be really fun. So that will be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for being really patient with me, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.